As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 102 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. How are you this week, mate? I'm hoping for a bit of a story that you teased me with before in the pre-pod pod.
Yeah, there was. It's been, to be fair, I've had a really good week. It's I haven't done a lot of running, but work is because I'm sort of seasonal. Really, I'm self-employed, and for anyone that's a new listener who doesn't know, I work as a photographer for a estate agent. So I say this every year. Everyone loves it when I say that. Well, they don't really love it. I always say it to the clients, and straight away I've got to buy the Jaffas. Got them in there, the palm of my hand. I say as soon as the daffodils come out, I start getting the phone calls. It's not the best joke, is it? But I start getting busy as soon as springtime comes and going towards Easter, because everybody wants to sell their house. So I've been really quite busy since Seville, which has been quite nice. Because I was saying this to you earlier, like this Seville for my lifestyle was the perfect race to do because I could really train and get all those monster miles in that 3-4 months of quiet period for my job over Christmas. And then now I've finished the race, I can sort of not have to marathon train, which as you like, I'd guess a good 50% of people listen to this or more might be feeling it's marathon training work is just so hard to run alongside each other. Yeah. Anyway,
and I suppose this week with you being busy so much, it's sort of sorry, that mug's so good.
I've brought the mug out. Yeah, there he is. They're running the red line mugs in the washing up. So they've got a little picture of me with
incredible.
Hair.
Love it. But I suppose, being so busy, it's managed to offset your marathon blues a bit as well.
Yeah, it takes your mind off it a little bit. But to cut long story short, I've been getting back into it, but I still think I'm trying to shake off this. It must have been COVID that I had at the end of Seville, because what date is it now? It's the 3rd. Oh, it's Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th, yeah.
Has anything superstitious happened to you today?
No.
Run over 3 drains or run over any ladders? Run under any ladders or anything?
No,
it's just a normal day. Turns out there's a load of nonsense.
Who
knew? And so it's been a month, and like I still like I've been doing like some easy runs this week, and I'm still at like, I mean, I know my heart rate's not gospel on my watch, but it's acceptably correct in decent weather. Maybe in freezing temperatures like it was over Christmas, it's not so accurate. But if it says it's 140, it feels like 140. Yeah, I'll take that. It's been 160 on easy runs, which is not what you want to see. And yes, I know everyone's probably going, well, slow down then. But no, a slow down would mean a walk. And I'm not Norwegian.
I was going to say, you're not Alex Bowden.
I'm not Alex Bowden. But I can't even blame it on the hills. I was running around the river on the flat, and I was still at 160. So I just thought, oh God, I just hope no one has me on Strava. But so I've been getting a couple of runs and getting back to running again, and it's been quite nice. And I tell you what the perfect antidote is for being really ill. Doing a really super fast hard parkrun tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get Laura involved in that in a little bit, because we're going to decide which one I'm going to do. But yeah, right. Let me just tell you about this week. So it's been a busy week of work, which has been largely really good. So they've sent me to some really nice houses. Like today, just an absolute oasis of calm today. I was in like somewhere called Michael Church, which has got the lady that lives there said there's only 9 houses in the village, so everyone knows everyone. And this house I did was 1.6 million. And it was just ridiculous. It was a 16th century, basically, stately home, but with a modern conversion on the back, which sounds awful, but it's been so tastefully done. Like they've put this barn looking. This isn't even part of the story. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but they've put this basically with bifold doors at the end, but they've got this amazing glass structure, and it's all with French oak, and just the whole thing looks so tasteful, looks so amazing. And so I've been to houses like that. On Wednesday, the last job of the day, I went to a little town or village. I guess it's more like a town called Welland, in between Upton and Malvern. And obviously, I can't tell you where I was because you could just go and help yourself and knock on their door and ask what what their side of the story was, which I'm not going to tell you because this guy was an absolute cretin. So I basically nearly got battered. And I am not joking. I am not over exaggerating.
What, by the house owner?
No, by somebody 2 houses down. So
is this for flying your drone?
Yes.
Oh, of course it is. What a bunch of well ends.
That's good. That's really good. Right. So this house backs onto a field, with horses or sheep or something like that. So there's nothing to the rear. And in the property game, we have terminology for certain styles of photos. Classic photo, your first picture on Rightmove is called your front elevation. And another picture is called the rear elevation. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out what they are. It's basically holding the camera in the air, or if you've got a drone, putting it in the air and taking a picture and try and get a shot of it that way. So I did the rear elevation first. So I got the drone up in the air and flew into this farmer's field, did a 180, turned it round. I was right next to this oak tree. And because there was an oak tree there, I had to be sort of off center. And I took a picture of this, of the house. And then I could see, it was weird because I could see, and I don't know what's compelled me to do this, but then I hit record. And I'm really glad I did, by the way, because then I saw these 2 figures outside the front. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Maybe they just can hear a drone and they're walking the dog, and they're like, oh, there's a drone up there. And then I got it up because obviously then I wanted to do the front elevation. So what I thought I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the air really high, make a high pass, do another 180, and then I can point the drone at the front of the house and then do that, which is what I did. So I filmed that, and then I've gone over at 40 meters, which is quite high. That's 140 foot, something like that. So it's quite high. The drone is a dot in the sky by now. And then I took a picture of the front. By now, I could still see these people outside. I was thinking, oh, God, this might not be good. And then anyway, I've got limited battery life and all this sort of stuff. I'm against the clock because I'm at work. So I just think, right, let's just crack on and just get the drone down, get the job done as quickly as possible. So I did that twice because I did the first one for photos, second one for video, because I have to do a little promotional video as well. Landed the drone, and all of a sudden, I was in, let's just say I was in number, this won't take a genius to work out. I was in number 33, and somebody from number 31 helped themselves to coming into the kitchen of number 33, which is where I was taking a picture of their kitchen. And they said, there were two of them, and it must have been these people I was filming. And one of them said, have you just been flying a drone? No, she even said, the lady said, excuse me, have you been flying a drone? I said, yeah, that was me. I'm just doing pictures for the estate agent. The house is going on the market. All of a sudden, and I'm in this kitchen, 650 grand. So it's a nice house. This bloke came in like a pro wrestler. Like, I couldn't describe the level of aggression.
The music starts.
Yeah.
He stands at the top, rah, and then runs down the thing towards the ring.
And then
towards a
he
squared
just starts,
circle.
Obviously, I don't want to tell you exactly what he's calling me, but he starts effing, jeffing, telling me he'll see me next Tuesday, all this sort of stuff.
What, he starts jeffing, starts running at you, and then walks for a bit.
He immediately walks
a bit more.
I'm going to use some code. The guy's name, let's call him Teve. There's one letter that goes before that, which I'm sure you can't work out. And Teve, because she goes, Teve, leave it, just leave it, Teve. And he was literally at this point in number 33's kitchen, and he lives at number 31. And he was telling me that I was invading his privacy. Yeah, listen to the hypocrisy of this. I was invading his privacy because my drone was in his garden. And this had all happened within about 20 seconds. I've got someone in my face 6 inches away from me. I could smell what he'd had for dinner last night. And it later transpires, this guy is an ex-bouncer. I think he's notoriously been done for fighting around the village. Get this right. I don't know if you've seen This Country, but he reminded me of Martin Mucklow. So that's Daisy May Cooper's dad. He's banned. It turns out he's banned. Teve is banned from the Welland Steam Fair, which is a little family event that happens every year in the village for fighting. So I found that out later as well. And so then he's in my face, shouting at me, screaming at me. And I'm just trying to remain calm. So bear in mind, I've never been in a fight. I haven't been in a fight since I was in the playground at school. So I'm a little bit, my heart rate, I'm in zone 5, just like, and I literally thought, this is how I die. He's going to literally take me tripod and batter me to death with it. Then he walks off. Then he turns round after having thought about it, because I was giving one-word answers, like I was just saying, calm down. Okay, calm down. So I also was conscious not to admit defeat or confess to something I hadn't done, which may give him a reason to assault me. Because if I say, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, he might say, well, you've admitted it then, bang. So I thought, well, don't say that. So I was just trying to calm him down. I was defensive. My body language was very defensive. And I was thinking, Andy, you're a marathon runner. He's a fat. You could outrun this guy. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, and he starts walking off. Then he turns round. He goes, what are you going to do about it? It's like he's schizophrenic. It's like Teve was schizophrenic. He turned round, came into the kitchen, and we had like a little Tom and Jerry style around the kitchen island unit. I thought, oh my God, he's going to actually kill me, kick my head in. And I said, right, I'm going to have to go and get the vendors because I didn't know what else to do. They're hiding in the master bedroom upstairs. So, cheers, guys. Thanks for backing me up.
What? So they heard this happening but didn't come down to see what was going on?
No way they couldn't have heard. Because I always say to my, people that I'm doing the houses of, if we'll swap levels, you go upstairs while I'm working down so we don't get in each other's way. They're obviously scared to death of this guy because he's the village mental case. And then I go to open the door to go in the hallway. And by this point, he's realizing that he stood in someone else's house. So then he retreats. And it genuinely was Mexican standoffing with me around the kitchen island unit, asking me what I'm going to do about it. He was going, what are you going to do about it? And I feel like saying, nothing, mate. I'm not going to do anything about it. You're the one who's got a problem with me, but I didn't want to say that. And it turns out, that this guy is apparently it could be a load of nonsense, but apparently he's an ex-strongman as well. He was a unit. He was a big old boy, had a baseball cap on, hoodie, and he was probably about 50, and an absolute idiot. And I was like, oh God, I've got to defuse the situation. Luckily, he went out and left. Bear in mind, I'd done nothing wrong. Luckily, I'd landed the drone. Yeah. They didn't confront me whilst the drone was in the air, because I don't know what I would have done then. Because I was like, I'm sorry, Teve, but I've got to concentrate on my flight here. And he probably just would have took the drone out of my hand, and God knows what he would have done. Controller. And then I went up and said, guys, did you hear that? And they were like, oh, we thought we could hear something. I was like, yeah.
And hang on, are these the owners of the house
that I was working at? Yeah. But I mean, so from their point of view, they might have thought that he had a point. They didn't obviously want to take sides straight away, because they might have thought that I was flying my drone in his garden, when in reality, I was flying, let's say, ground floor, first floor. I was flying second story at the lowest. So that's probably about 15 meters up, 10 meters up. That's probably 30 foot up, the height of an oak tree. And I was probably 50 foot at closest to their house. And I was also not even pointing at their house. I was pointing at the corner house, which is one I was doing. So again, wouldn't have took a genius to rear. I felt like saying, don't flatter yourself, Teve. I wasn't after your house. Anyway, so then I sort of calmed down a little bit, and luckily, I'd already done what I needed to do in this house. That was the last thing, because I always do that from experience. If there's going to be a problem, there'll be a problem with the drone. So do the drone at the end, unless it's going to rain, so you do it first. But normally, do the drone at the end, so you can get everything you need to do first, which is what I did. And as I was leaving, he ambushed me. He was there again, because it was a cul-de-sac. And I'm narrowing this down, aren't I, for anyone that knows this place? He's called Teve, and he lives in a cul-de-sac in Welland. Anyway, and so he's waiting for me by the gate. Luckily, the vendors who I've talked to by now, and I've said I wasn't doing anything wrong. I even showed them the video footage of the pass that I made overhead, which wasn't over his garden. It was over the house I was shooting, turned round, and then did it again. I didn't go anywhere near this guy's house. And again, I didn't want to read this guy the rules of the skies, but you don't own. No one owns the air around you. That's the CAA. And also, that's a civil issue. If there's a problem, there's nothing the police will do about it, because technically I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm qualified, I'm insured, and all that stuff. It's just some people take a dislike to drones. Anyway, he's waiting for me again. I'm thinking, brilliant. He's going to do me now. He's had time to stew over this. He's waited 20 minutes at the front door for me. And he's asking me. And in the meantime, he's phoned my estate agent and he's reported me. He might have even called the police as well. And I had a missed call from my estate agent. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And then he gets in my face again, and I'm thinking, and he went. His body language, he went to push me, but he stopped himself. And then the owners, who I'd talked into the fact that I hadn't done anything wrong, they sort of almost had my back, which was nice. By this time, his wife was inside, and luckily. And it turns out that these couples had been on holiday only together 3-5 years ago together. And he said, over the years, our relationship has just deteriorated. This guy's obviously got mental problems, and it's deteriorated, dwindled so badly to the point now that we're all stood outside, and I walked off because I was like, we're not getting anywhere here. I'm off. He told them that they're to see him next Tuesday, and that he wanted nothing to do with them ever again. And I think he made some threats. And it also turns out that, guess what? His house is also on the market. So this is just a turf war that he is feeling threatened by. And the house that I've done is a little bit cheaper and basically exactly the same. So this is basically, and what is even more hypocrisy, bear in mind, he was in someone else's kitchen, basically verbally abusing me, telling me that I'm invading his privacy when he stood in someone else's kitchen. He also has had drone photography and videography done from exactly the same places, which are just as incriminating as well. And the hypocrisy of it all was ridiculous. But if I was a bit more sarcastic, because I could have been, and trying to, name all these rules and regulations, I think he would have clouted me. I think if he'd have forced me into a confession, I think he would have clouted me. And if he had of, I don't think there would have been a lot of coming back from it. Because this geezer was, 5'10", 17 stone, apparently a powerlifter. And I would have had no chance. The only chance I would have had would be to run away from him. And I don't know if I would have been able to get out of his way. And that honestly shook my confidence so badly. I had to go into my estate agents afterwards, and it was 5 o'clock by now. They made me a cup of tea, and we talked it all over. And it turns out that because we all made a few phone calls, and the vendors started telling a few stories about what this guy's really like, that the evidence all suggests, thankfully, that anything I'd done, it wasn't my fault. And because I'd hope that anyone that listens to this knows that I'm a respectful guy. I wouldn't do anything to deliberately, I wouldn't literally to try and get a shot. I wouldn't invade someone's privacy. I just wouldn't do that because that's out of order. No. Also, I wouldn't lie. I'd hold my hands up and say, look, I've made a mistake there. I'm really, really sorry. And this guy was just, he was on a mission. He was the angriest person I've ever come across in my life. And I just thought, he's going to absolutely batter me. And I don't know how I came out of that altercation unscathed. And now loads of things going through my head thinking, I know where he lives. I was even thinking of sending him an Amazon self-help book of, about how to manage your emotions. I thought, no, can't do that. So obviously I would never, ever go down that drive again. And I just feel so sorry for the couple that have to live to, a couple of doors up from him. He was just an absolute nightmare.
That's mad.
So this was the worst moment in my professional life. That was. It was.
What day was that on?
That was Wednesday afternoon.
Man.
So that was, luckily I didn't have to do anything else. That I'd done all my work. That was my last job of the day. And it proper shook my confidence though. Like to the point where I had a drone job today. I made sure I was like a 747 taking pictures of the house today. It's like a dot on the horizon. But no, it does make you, the drone can get you into some serious trouble. And there will be people listening to this, and me to an extent as well. Drones are a nuisance if you don't really know who they are or who's flying them or what they are. But never would I react like that with such anger and aggression. And I reckon he was juiced up to the eyeballs as well. Because it turns out this guy's a powerlifter, and he's gone round and he's told this couple that I was working for, he says he can outlift all the kids down the gym. I was like, what sort of person is telling unwitting members of the public how strong they are? Probably someone that's on the roids. And the roid rage was just ridiculous. I've never experienced anything like it. And my first thought was, I'm going to have to get Leggett Lee on the phone. I'm going to have to get Leggett Lee round. I'm going to have to get Leggett Lee and the boys. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But honestly, for someone like little old, marathon running skinny me against this geezer, it was a mismatch.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know how that all diffused, because some of the words he was using was, I was like, he's going to absolutely, what my worry was, he's going to go back to his house, get a baseball bat, which he's probably got under his bed, and he's going to come back and he's going to batter me and kill me. That's what I was thinking. But like, it was such a. But that, and I don't want to frighten anyone that's got a drone, because I've had a drone now for 6 years, and I've had 3 incidents or 3 altercations, and this is by far the worst one. The other 2 weren't great, but this one was bad. And I do an average of about, I don't know, 3 drone flights a week. So my drone's out the bag a lot in public areas. So not everybody's like that, but occasionally there is the odd bad egg.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
that's mad. But you're okay. You're unscathed.
Yes.
You live to see another day. And we move on.
Yeah. But I'm tempted to do my long run on Sunday past his house. just to I don't know. I'll just get on the shop and just get some eggs or something. throw some eggs at his black Range Rover. I'm narrowing this down severely, aren't I? But absolute mental case. So yeah. So that was an interesting Wednesday afternoon.
Well, on a more positive note, how's your running going now you've got back to running?
I've been on a grand total of 2 runs this week, both sort of 10K, usual stuff. Tuesday was an easy run round the block. Thursday, we had that awful weather. I think everyone had that awful stormy weather on Thursday. Yesterday, it was like 40-mile-an-hour winds and sideways rain.
It was horrendous yesterday. It was gross.
The afternoon, yeah. So I worked in the morning, and then Thursday afternoon, I got back, did some editing, and then I was like, right, I actually needed that run to go and clear my head a bit. And I went for a run around the river in Worcester, and my easy runs was my heart rate was so astronomically high for where it should be, and to the point where I was like, should I even be doing this? Should I just be resting? But the mental game is the most important thing, really. So I was really glad I went for that run. And, but I'm trying to get this virus out of my body, which I think it is leaving my body slowly. Yeah. But
Well, tell everybody what you've decided, what you were telling me before we started recording, with Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. So just for now, just for a couple of weeks, well, definitely for this week and probably next week, I'm not going to go to club sessions. So it's probably not as front page news as you thought it was going to be. But I just, if I'm only doing a handful of runs a week and I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at club, I'd be doing like the majority hard and nothing easy. Yeah. And the way I like to layer my club sessions, they're like the cherry on the cake, if you know what I mean. They're basically my session days, and I layer them on top of all my easy stuff that I do throughout the week. And if I'm not doing any easy stuff and I'm putting these hard runs in, I don't know how beneficial that would be, and I don't know how well my body will respond to that. And I'm sort of vulnerable to injury and prolonging this illness, I think. So I think I won't go back to club until I can comfortably run easy again at my usual easy pace. So I've decided to take a step back from club, which is probably the sensible thing to do.
Yeah. I did say to you don't have to run hard if you go down to club, but your response was very similar to me. That once you're there and you're tempted, you can't help yourself, can you?
The worst thing us runners can do is have that moment that we probably get definitely every Saturday morning when we say we'll run easy is, I feel all right, actually. Those few words can ruin you, can't they? Yeah. Because all of a sudden, the plan goes out the window, the easy day becomes a hard day, the gentle jog becomes a session, and then Sunday you're feeling it and you feel like you're back to square one. So, that's why I've got to be a little more patient, I think, and a little bit more chilled. Yeah.
I know about that all too well at this moment in time.
Well, we should probably chat about your couple of weeks that you've had, because we just didn't really talk about it, did we, on the 100th podcast? And what were we talking about for 2.5 hours last week?
I don't know. I can't remember what I was talking about yesterday, let alone last week.
Well, let me refresh your memory. All the notes I made here, I think, lasted a grand total of about 5 minutes, including the Halford story and the Cambridge half and the end of the podcast quiz. But majority of it was us talking about Euro trash and Lola Ferrari.
Yeah, fought by hard.
And I just don't know how we do it. But but anyway, so why don't you tell us? Because you might have alluded to the fact that you're going through some struggles.
I've picked up some. Well, not even niggles. Possibly, worse than niggles. But basically, started this marathon block, and I'd started running again, and I was feeling good. I was having a few issues with my left leg and my Achilles and stuff, and obviously I went to get an X-ray done because I was getting pains in the same place as I was when I broke it last year. And I was thinking about this today, actually, because I went and had a sports massage with Nat, and she was asking me about all stuff. And I've worked out, I went for that X-ray 5.5 weeks ago, and I still haven't had the results back. Still haven't heard from the doctor.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm still working on the no news is good news, but I don't know. I've and just in case, like, results had come through and they hadn't just got in touch, I've been on the NHS app and all sorts to try and see. Nothing on there. My doctors haven't been in touch with me, so God knows. But yeah, so I'm working on that with no news is good news. But
you know your other X-ray you had for the stress fracture.
Mm-hmm.
Are those notes on your NHS app? Because if they are, then you would have thought that the X-ray you've had will be.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to check that, don't I? Yeah.
But maybe it's one of those things where I hate this about hospitals. You're going to have a blood test or something like that, and they're like, ring us in a week to let us know what the results are. No, you ring me when the results are ready.
Yeah.
Why do I have to chase you for my results?
Yeah.
Does my head in.
But this is the thing, because the doctor referred me to the hospital to have the X-ray. The hospital's done the X-ray and then has sent the X-ray or the results back to the GP.
Yeah.
But the GP hasn't been in touch with me. So I possibly need to be in touch with them. But anyway.
Fingers crossed. No news.
So so I was having a few issues and stuff with my left leg, and then my Achilles flared up. So I've been doing a load of calf raises and stuff and exercises to try and sort my Achilles out. But in general, I was running quite well. And I thought, I'm starting this marathon block, not in the best of places, but pretty decent compared to all the other blocks I've done in the past. And got through the first couple of weeks and I was feeling decent. I was doing some good efforts in training, and my long runs were going well. And then in week 3, I went down to session on Tuesday and we did like a 45-minute time trial. And it was supposed to be at whatever pace you wanted to run. So I said to myself, right, I'll run it at marathon pace and just do 45 minutes at marathon pace, get a good effort in. Typical me, I set off at marathon pace, but then got slightly quicker each mile.
I feel all right, actually.
Yeah, I did that classic. And worked down through as we did the miles, worked down and finished at 10k pace. So I ended up running 7.5 mile in 45 minutes. So I was quite pleased with that. But at the end, I thought that was a good, decent effort. But that night it was freezing. It was like really cold. And when we finished, we were then chatting and I was like, oh, my knees. And the inside of my knees felt like they were chafed, like cold, windy, like weather chafed. And I was like, oh, that don't feel great. I guess it's just because of the cold. So then did all my extra stuff like I normally do. And then on the Thursday, went down to session and my knee, like my left knee, still wasn't 100%, but it was okay. It didn't feel too bad. And we had a fartlek session. So on all the efforts, I feel quite good actually, and ran far too quick. So I was running. I said to myself, I'm just going to do these efforts at marathon pace. Ended up running all threshold pace or quicker. So and we did quite a few like decent steep hills as well. But anyway, so did that and then did all my stuff. And then on Saturday, went down to Parkrun and was chatting to Darren Masson on the start line. And he went, "Oh, what sort of pace are you running today?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. What are you thinking?" And he went, "Well, I'm thinking I'm just going to go slightly faster than my marathon pace." And I went, "So what is your target marathon pace?" And he went, "Well, I want to run 2:55." And I was like, "Okay, so that's 6:40s. So slightly faster, maybe 6:30s, maybe even to like my target marathon pace, 6:26." I was like, "Perfect. I'll follow you." So we set off. I followed him, got half a mile in, looked down my watch, and we were running 5:45 a mile pace. And I was like, "Well, this isn't slightly faster than your marathon pace, Darren." Anyway, carried on following him. Got to a mile.
Were you on the track? Were you on the track or were you on the road?
No, this was Parkrun.
Oh, it's Parkrun. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you were on about session. Sorry.
This was Parkrun. So got a mile in and my watch beeped, 5:45 mile. And I was with Darren. At that point, Darren blew up and started dropping back. But I thought, all right, I'm going to keep the pace the same now because I feel decent. I feel quite good actually. I ended up dipping under 18 for the first time in a long time, ran 17:59. So I'm quite pleased with that. And then ran home. And on the way home, I thought, "Oh, my knee is a little bit sore," but didn't think anything of it. Then on Sunday, went out for my long run. And I thought, right, I'm going to run over to Bromsgrove and back, over the hills. Sundays just seems to always be a hilly route. So ran towards Bromsgrove, got 8 mile into my run. And the whole of the first 8 mile, my left knee was a little bit niggly. Wasn't too bad. But I think I was compensating for my left knee. And at 8 mile, whilst I was in Bromsgrove, my right knee started to hurt. And it started to hurt on the outside, just underneath the kneecap. So like runner's knee sort of pain.
And Bromsgrove to Redditch is a good 7 mile.
So the sensible thing would have been, right, okay, that's hurting a little bit. So I'll stop now and I'll see if I can get a lift back to Redditch. Yeah. That's the sensible thing.
Yeah. What did you do?
I ran back to Redditch without really slowing down too much. Across all the hills and everything.
You surprised me. That surprises me.
So on my plan, I was going to do 2 hours that day, and I got to an hour and 50 and had to stop because the pain had got to a point where I was like, I can't run through this anymore. And yeah, since then, both my knees have just been horrendous. So on the Monday after that, I didn't run. I didn't do anything. I just had a complete rest day. On the Tuesday, I went down to the gym and used the cross trainer and the bike. Didn't do any running. Did my first run on Thursday that week. And they aren't getting any worse. They've got slightly better. They are better than they were, but they're not improving at the rate I was hoping they would. But I think it's just everything is just mega tight. I haven't had a sports massage since I started running again. So the last sports massage I had was last April. So I went for one today, actually, when I saw Nat. So I think everything is just mega tight and it's broken down at the weakest point, at the point where it could channel all of the weakness, which was my knees. So yeah, it's been a tough last couple of weeks. So the week after week 3, week 4, I ended up with a total of 40 mile. Last week I managed to take it back up to 60 mile, but like it was all just easy or steady running. And then again this week I've done all easy and steady with a couple of bits of marathon pace. And I'm on track to run about 70 miles this week. So I am managing to get the mileage back up, but it's not perfect. So
if you could just, for anyone listening, I'll describe what shape would your ideal graph be for a, 12-week block you're doing?
Yeah. So ideally I wanted it to be a perfect line upwards with on week. What week was it going to? Week 5 was going to be a down week, so it was going to be like a deload week. So it was going to have a little dip in the middle, but then it was going to continue up to the top to peak week, which was going to be week 9, and then taper. That was going to be my ideal. Slowly building up the mileage as we go.
And what does it look like currently?
No, ridiculous. Basically, what I did wrong was increased mileage and intensity at the same time, and my body
which is the one thing you always say not to do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. But that's my current graph.
Right. You can see your first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
When did you? Yeah, we're going really well. Yeah.
So the highest week was week 3, and then it went down to 40. It was up to 60 last week, and then this week.
So you've just had an early deload week then?
Yes. But unfortunately, it was due to niggles and injury rather than just reducing the mileage, because that's what you should do to be a sensible person.
How much, if you're honest, hand on heart, how much easy running are you doing in percentage?
What, over the last couple of weeks or in general?
Just in an average week.
So Monday is pretty much always easy. So that's a recovery run. So that's like the easiest I'll run all week is on a Monday.
Yeah.
Then on a Tuesday, I will run easy down to session.
Yeah.
Then do the session, run easy as a warm down, do all my gym stuff, and then run easy home.
Yeah.
I'll do exactly the same on a Thursday, but also I'll do an easy run in the day time as well. So the afternoon. So I double on Thursday. So I do an easy run in the afternoon and then run easy down session, do the session and everything. Saturday, I normally run easy down to Parkrun, run Parkrun at whatever effort, and then run easy home. And then Sunday is whatever I've planned, whether I run steady or whether I put some marathon pace in. So I am doing quite a bit easy.
Yeah. You're still doing 75% easy.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
But on that third week, I probably did 50% at effort whilst increasing the mileage 10 miles.
Didn't you run like an 8-minute 30-mile average run on one of them? No, it can't be that. Maybe it was more like 8.
What's that?
Like, didn't you run a run at about 8:30, 8:45? Because you don't normally run that pace, do you?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. That was Saturday last week.
Yeah.
I'd worked all day because I was trading at an event last Saturday.
Yes.
So this was just before we did the pod.
Just before the podcast, yeah.
So last week when we recorded on Saturday, I'd traded all day. I'd had a mega late night on the Friday, got up mega early, went and traded all day. So I was on my feet doing stuff all day, packed down, then dragged a really heavy cart home with all my stuff on.
Yeah.
Then got my stuff on and went out for a run, but put a pair of... I'll go and get them and show them, I said to myself, I don't want to run too fast, so let's put on a heavy pair of shoes so I can just plod along. and I put a pair of Ultra Boost 22s on, which aren't really running shoes. The first Ultra Boost they made were running shoes, and I used to, like, when Ultra Boost first came out, they were my marathon shoe of choice because they were really comfy. So I ran several marathons in a pair of Ultra Boost. But they became more lifestyle fashion type shoes. They're not light, and they're about 4 or 5 years old. No, Ultra Boost 22, so 4 years old.
So if anything's going to slow you down, it's going to be them.
It would be them. But it was the poorest choice I've ever made because they're heavy, they're old.
It didn't look after your legs, your
life
knees.
left in them. I think they've got nearly 500 mile in them.
Yeah.
And it just every step. So I was knackered. Had been like working all day, chose the wrong shoes, and it was the most horrendous run I've ever had. It felt horrendous. Really? So that was like the slowest run I've done for a very long time. But managed to get 9.5 miles in. But on the Sunday, I woke up and went, oh, my knees don't feel too bad. And ended up having a really good run last Sunday. To the point that, let me find it. So last Sunday's long run, I managed to do 16 mile in 1 hour 49. So I averaged 6:49 a mile.
That's fast. That's quick, isn't it?
So that's under 3 hour marathon pace. And with that as well, I managed to pick up the last few mile. So like the paces look like that.
Yeah.
And I managed to pick up, and the last mile I ran in 6:03, but I put in a bit of effort in that last mile, and when I finished the mile and I looked down at my watch, I was running 5:30 something a mile pace. So
you basically sprinted.
So that's I actually had quite a decent run on the Sunday, but then Monday was very slow and steady again because my knees weren't feeling great.
You and I have such different approaches to training, because it's no surprise, but I think I'm quite a cautious runner, and when I'm marathon training, I don't do any marathon pace. I mean, I don't think this is advisable, but I don't know. It is what it is. It's just something I do. I don't do any marathon pace at all. So I'm just running steady at fastest on my Sunday long runs until like week 9 of 16, like halfway through the block. And you didn't you do like marathon pace from week 1 Sunday long run, if you know what I mean? Didn't you hit some?
Week 1 I ran steady, but then picked it up a bit. Yeah. And then week 2 ran.
I admire it.
Yeah, it wasn't marathon pace, but it was faster than steady.
I admire it. I just think it's it's a pretty rock and roll way to train, because you're kind of on the edge, aren't you? Because you are. Yeah. It's not easy. It's training.
And that's why I think that's one of the reasons why I am always teetering on the edge of injury, because I'm pushing myself to be as good as I possibly can.
But you're probably at a point now with your running that maybe it's a mental thing, maybe it's physical, maybe it's both, but you probably don't want to take your foot off the gas for fear of slowing down or being a slower version of yourself. So and we're all, as runners, we're all set in our ways, aren't we? We all train how we train. And I just admire it. I just think some people, including you, would probably just call me a massive wimp. But I just like to be, I just like to be the tortoise. I do.
But if it works for you, then it works. And that's the thing. And if you enjoy training like that, train like that. Don't let anyone else tell you what you should be doing. Do what you enjoy and what you want to do, because it's a hobby at the end of the day. We're not professional runners. So if that's what you get your kicks out of and that's what you enjoy, that's definitely what you should be doing.
Yeah. I bet you though in elite, not saying that I'm ever going to make it as an elite runner. I might, you never know. But I bet you there are not many cautious elite athletes out there.
No, and that's why they're always injured as well.
And that's why they're elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have to live on the edge, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. You are always on that edge. When you are pushing your body to the limit, you're always on that edge of either running really well or on the edge of destroying your body and destroying yourself. So
I'm sure I listened to a Paula Radcliffe podcast the last month or two where someone was getting interviewed. Was it Tomo or someone, or was he speaking, or maybe it was Mo Farah? I can't remember. But they were talking about an athlete. I wish I remember who it was. Maybe it was someone like Steve Ovett. I don't know. That they were saying, should you train on Christmas Day? And they were saying, absolutely, because while everyone's eating, was it Seb? Yeah. So whilst everyone is eating their roast potatoes and their Christmas dinner, I'm out training. So therefore, I've got an advantage over my rivals and competitors.
Yeah.
And it's that mindset, isn't it?
Yeah. That was the Sebco and Steve Ovett rivalry. That I'm trying harder than you because I went and doubled on Christmas Day. I didn't just run on Christmas Day, I doubled.
Yeah, because you could bet your life that they're taking it slightly easier on a certain day. Yeah. So that is.
Sorry, my cat's trying to squeeze into a gap that doesn't exist again. What I was going to say, so I didn't run marathon pace on the first week, but my second week was just after you'd done Seville. You've also got to remember, I'm only doing a 12-week block, whereas you did like a 16-week block, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'd already come from having a good year already, so I think I'd thrown down a bit of a good level of base.
So it is different, yeah. But second week was the Sunday that you run Seville. So I watched all the way for you to the finish, then got out for my run, and I did a session with marathon pace. So I did 3 blocks of 5K at marathon pace.
Oh, was that the one over the hills?
Yes.
That killed you?
Yeah. So
you said it was like real grueler.
So that was the elevation.
Crikey.
But yeah, it was going really well, and I'm still running decent, even though my knees aren't working. I'm still putting in some good work. And like Tuesday this week, I went down to session, and as always, I feel quite good actually. Told myself that I was just going to run steady, and spoke to Lisa and said, what sort of pace are you running this session? She went, probably run like around marathon pace. And I was like, okay, cool. And we worked out that was about my steady pace, what I wanted to run. So we were going to run just over 7-minute miles. So like 7:05, 7:10 maybe.
Yeah.
And we were doing 2 loops of half a street, which is about 800 meters, but we carried on going until it beat to mile. So we were doing mile efforts with like, I think it's about 250 meters recovery jog in between. So we were going to run just over 7-minute miles. First mile, 6:48. Second mile, 6:45. Third mile, 6:38. Fourth mile, 6:22.
Oh dear.
So the usual run too fast, but it felt all right. Didn't feel too bad.
Yeah, I think when you're doing those kinds of workouts, you know that it will be over in an hour, or when you start, it'll be over in, it's only 4 big efforts or something, isn't it? So it's not the hardest thing to do. But that feeling of I did it the week before Seville. I was running 5K pace for no reason at all, other than ego, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I had this, stored up kind of energy in my taper. And I'm probably glad I didn't go to, I did go to Parkrun that week. So I went with Beardy Rich, and I ran a sub 20. I got a sub 20 on Strava. I ran 3:59 average pace, but I got a 20:12 20, something like that. Anyway, and yeah, so we're just all feeling our way through this sport, aren't we? And it's a hobby, like you say.
Yeah. One thing I have started doing though is on a Thursday, for my run in the afternoon for my double on a Thursday, I've started running from my shop. So rather than running from home, I've started going up to my shop and running from my shop, which means I can very quickly get to the canal, and run up and down and out and back down the canal, which is a bit softer underfoot rather than running on tarmac constantly.
Yeah. And I guess running on different surfaces.
Yeah. And yes, it is down the Tidy Big Locks. So on the way out, it's downhill. And then you turn around at Stoke Prior and it's all uphill on the way back. But it is a bit nicer underfoot rather than having to pound the pavement all the time.
And it's a different kind of run as well, isn't it? That's why I put in that Malvern Hills run once a week during my training block. I've missed the hills, man. I haven't been up the hills since the training block. And I hate that was the only reason I was going up the hills. I need to just get up the hills. I tell you what I need to do. I need to take a leaf out of like, not Matt is running, Matt Haslam, like bus driver Matt's, where he will make YouTube videos of just a week's training, sometimes for no race, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He will just, because I feel like, I wouldn't say I'm losing my mojo at the moment, but I feel like I've got no, I'm in recovery, but I think I've been in recovery a bit too long. You know what I mean? I'll be saying this in 6 months' time. I'm still in recovery from Seville. I feel like I need to just maybe make some YouTube videos or something of my training week of getting back into it, because at the moment I'm finding it all too easy to just not go for runs.
Yeah. But isn't that just basically Jake Barraclough's channel? His videos are just a training week every time. Sometimes there's a race at the end of the week and sometimes there's not. And his channel is basically, this is what I do week in, week out.
Well, I've got a lot of time for that, because because I'm so, when I think about it, I'm so race orientated that everything I do points towards an end goal that's in the near future, if you know what I mean, rather than maintenance miles, the same thing every week, every month. I'm not like that. Like I'm always thinking about what's next within a certain few weeks or months. Like I'm not thinking long term, and I need to sort of stop that, if you know what I mean, because I'm always just thinking about the race that's next.
Yeah. Rather than training for training's sake, you're training towards a race.
Yeah. But maybe that's fine. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Of course it's fine. Because that's what most of us do, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's like, I think that's one of the hardest parts of being an amateur, is training for no reason at all, or for what you think is no reason. Because if there's no race, is there no reason? I don't know. But like, it's hard to get up on a January morning at 6 a.m. and go for a long run when you've got no marathon in spring. Like, you think, well, what's the point? But if you can do that, then you've got like, I don't know, you must be a hardened individual to be knocking out 100K, 60-mile weeks and have no marathon to train for. Like, you must be a certain kind of person if that's what you're doing. And that's amazing if you are, because I don't know if I'm that person, because I always feel like I need a race in the diary to work towards. And because I've got a lot of gaps in my running diary at the moment. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit flat and a bit deflated. So I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't booked anything other than 2 castles. I haven't booked anything this year other than London.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't got anything on the calendar. The only one is the 2 castles.
Is that like, are you just basically just going to get the marathon done and dusted?
I want to get the marathon over and done with, because I know last year with what happened after London, everything was cancelled anyway. So I don't want to be booking a load of things and then have that happen again. If anything is wrong, have that happen again where I can't do any of the races I've booked. So
Yeah, that
I
must have
am
been
sort of
heartbreaking. Yeah.
yeah. So I am sort of holding off a bit and hoping I pull up okay after London and can reset.
Two Castles must have been the hard one last year.
Oh, it was big time.
And you rock up at the finish line in your boot.
Yeah, basically.
I do like your in off the backboard shot off the
Yeah.
on your YouTube videos, which are, but I'm sure everybody knows this, but Brett's videos are back and training videos are out. And your opening sequence of getting back to your best is brilliant. Love that.
Yeah, but I am behind as always. I am behind on my videos, but I'm slowly catching back up. I'm on week 6 of training as we speak, and week 3 video is out, and week 4 is half edited. So I am hopefully going to catch up. As
a YouTube watcher, as a consumer of content, do you like watching training videos? Because I love it. Yes. I love training videos.
Yeah, love it. I love to see what other people do when they are preparing for something. Yeah, I like seeing other people's routines and their mindset and what their go-to training methods and sessions are for their particular race that they're aiming towards.
Yeah, I agree. I do like to see all the stuff that's, maybe not really super shoe based necessarily, because when you see everyone in their fastest shoes and their fast kit on race days, and you think, oh, well, they've only run that time because they've got, fast shoes on. I think there's a little bit more that goes on the way to that race. And that's what I quite like watching is the, is those weekly kind of, all those races along the way, maybe that are not the target race. And, I do like a training video. Yeah. Big fan of one.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna hopefully catch up with mine, and they will get back into line, so they are up to date. And you're watching the sessions I've just done rather than weeks ago.
Yeah. I've got a question for our listeners. This will determine whether you're Team Brett or Team Andy. Can you?
I'm ready for it to just go. Yeah, sorry guys. I agree.
Can you are you physically and mentally and emotionally capable of running a parkrun easy? If yes, you're Team Andy. If no, and you're reckless and impatient, then you're Team Brett. Yeah. But I think I'm responsible for your PW, aren't I? Your personal worst.
Yes, yeah, you are. Yeah.
And that was only about 25 minutes, because I think you ran with me one time at Worcester Woods a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I think you did 25, 26 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think you said you'd run with me. And I think at the time I was going for like 23 minutes, and I just had an absolute stinker. And then for the last mile or two, I could just see you drifting off, and you're like, why did I agree to this? Checking your watch. And but no, I think a lot of people will see parkrun as an opportunity to run fast or run, almost simulate a race, because let's be honest, it is a race. So why not? And and
it's a good training effort, because you know the distance, and it's not like you're training on your own or anything. You're around a lot of other people who are going to be running at that same sort of pace. So why not use it?
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to bringing back parkrun in the red line, because I think that's manageable. 6 hard efforts in a row at parkrun. I think that's it's not advisable, but it's probably manageable. And obviously, you know what you can and can't handle.
But you could even do a week on, week off, and do a hard one and then a week off and a hard one, and
we still need to go through how we want to sort of improve it this year. We want to make it bigger and better.
Yes.
And I think we obviously need to bang our heads together and see if we can come up with something, because I think that was a real roaring success. People,
it was
people
great.
really got on board with it last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
And if anyone doesn't know what it is,
part, and I loved it.
Yeah, well, you were the blooming brains behind it. You were the admin. You made that spreadsheet, and it was quite a thing of beauty. But if anyone doesn't know what we're on about, then we've only done it once. The whole, was it summer holidays, basically like the 6 weeks, July and August or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
We basically decided to open up a little competition to everyone, that's part of our little community, to go to their own local parkrun. It has to be a parkrun, can't just be a 5K around the block, and basically run for your life 6 weeks in a row. And whoever was a leaderboard, there was everything. There was the top 10. There was a weekly top 10. Do you remember the weekly top 10s that we'd read out? Yeah. Oh, and the cumulative leaderboard. Oh, it's fantastic. And was it Carl who was our overall winner?
Yes, he was. Yes,
Carl. Yeah, and he absolutely smashed his PB by God knows how many minutes it was in the end, but he completely destroyed his own PB, didn't he? So we'll have to think about how we can make an even better version this year.
Yes. Yeah, running the red line. It's running the red line 2.0 coming this summer.
Whilst we're on the chat of Parkrun,
I was going to say, do you want to do your draw?
Yes. I need a independent adjudicator though.
Yep.
And I'm just texting my good lady wife. She might have taken Daisy out though.
She won't hear the phone buzzing over the screaming from the horror film she's watching.
Oh, hang on. She's just agreed. She said okay. So she's probably a bit nervous. Yeah, no, she's been watching a blooming horror film again. So that's what I could hear. Here she is. Come in. Come on.
What film has she been watching this week?
Yeah, let's ask her. Right.
What's the film of choice?
Yeah, just listen to that. Brett says, "What horror film have you been listening to this week?"
What was your film of choice this week?
It's called I forgot what it's called. Malevolence.
Malevolence. Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
And it good, bad. Well, welcome to Running the Red Line's movie review.
Brett, hang on. I don't know if what's happened. We're playing in our own. Have you pressed the button?
I haven't pressed anything.
You've pressed the button. Somehow you've pressed the button, and now our own podcast from last week is playing. This is absolute pandemonium, and I don't know where it's coming from. Right, hang on.
You shouldn't call me in.
I was right, but you've pressed the button.
I haven't done anything.
All I can hear is Brett talking about Lola Ferrari. I've got to identify the source. Is Spotify playing? Hang on. Spotify. Why? Yes. No, that's not playing. It must be coming from here. It's ridiculous. Right, hang on, guys. There's a button that's been pressed. Let's just turn that off. No, it's not that. How do I go back? This is ridiculous. Last week's podcast is still playing.
But where from?
Hang on. This is ridiculous. I'm so glad we called you in. Right. This is absolute chaos. Right. I'm going to I can't turn the Bluetooth off on my computer because I won't be able to turn it back on again because my mouse is Bluetooth. Right. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody. Let's disconnect that. Right. You should be coming through the speakers now. Just say hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
And now you should be coming through my ears any second.
Can you hear me coming in your ears?
Right. Hang on. I'm getting in.
Am I back?
You're back. Okay. Do not press. Just press your head up against the thing. Just do not. Right. So grab it. Right. Here's.
No, I grabbed
just
it.
Don't touch any. Don't touch those two buttons. Down.
You're like.
Oh, it's playing again! For God's sake!
Touch anything.
Oh, this is absolute carnage. Why is last week's podcast playing?
What's it playing from?
Brett, I think we should probably pause this in the edit. I've got to get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened.
Are you sorted?
We're sorted. We had Spotify had opened itself.
On your computer?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
right. Can you hear Brett talking? Shall I turn it up?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear
that?
me?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we are recording again. That was
Okay.
carnage, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we are back.
Right.
So what I did say before you couldn't hear me and we started speaking in your ears was, welcome to Running the Red Line's movie review. How is the horror film tonight?
Yes.
Do you know what? It was a 6 out of 10.
Oh.
It wasn't great.
Really?
It had potential, but it ended a bit weird. It was fine.
Malevolence.
That's the one.
Yeah. We're just about to start recording and I could just hear screaming. For a second.
Not from me.
No. For a second I thought I was back in that kitchen in Welland with Teve. So yeah, I've told him about the drone incident. That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was brave. Wasn't
Did you have to calm him down on Wednesday? Did you have to tuck him up in bed and
something along those lines?
Yeah.
You weren't happy, were you?
I wasn't happy, no. But yeah. Turns out it was all my fault. It was totally justified. But anyway, moving on. We have called in an independent adjudicator because we're going to go to a parkrun tomorrow that, I haven't been to. So I thought what we do for a bit of drama is write down 4 different parkruns, and whichever one we pull out of the hat, we're going to get up and drive to in the morning. So we've written 4 down. They're all about an hour's drive away, so it's an early start for us. So I've written.
Can we see the hat?
Yes, we've got a hat.
Oh, yes.
It's a Centurion's hat. So in the hat is, Lichfield. It's called Beacon Parkrun. There is Cannock Chase or just Cannock Parkrun, which I think is a bit more traily, but apparently it's flat. It looks quite a nice one to do. What are the other ones? There's one called Grow. All right, Bobes.
Yep.
How you doing, Bobes? Here he is. Hello. Look at him. And that's in Bilthwells. And the other one is a new player to the table, which is called Bryn Bach, which is, do you hear that little Welsh pronunciation at the end?
I did. Yeah, it was very good.
Bryn Bach.
Sounded like you were clearing your throat.
Yeah. I was just speaking Welsh. And it's in Brecon. Or it's near Brecon anyway, not far away. So you look like you want me to just crack on. Oh, I know that look. Right, so I've still got the
tags on so you can send it back, yeah?
You're going to send this back. You know I'm going to send that back, yeah? Right, so
There's only 4 in there.
I'm shaking it. Got to shake it. Right, so go on. You can choose one. And if I don't like it, we'll put it back and we'll choose again. Right, maybe I should add to this every week. And we'll have to do it.
As long as I'm not involved.
Right, okay. So do you want to show the
Oh, do we find out before you do?
Well,
Oh!
You could read, can you?
We're going to Cannock. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but you come in.
Yeah, I'll come, but it doesn't.
You're not going to do it.
Is it one?
No, it's a 2-lapper. Not bothered about them, do you?
You know the good thing about that though. You can go to the outlet stores on the way home.
That's so true.
Okay, it's turning out to be quite a good.
Sorted.
Going to be quite a good Saturday morning.
Better.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Yeah. And I'm going to try and go for a time trial. So I'm going to do it as fast as I can.
No, that's hard.
So I don't think it's that hard. No. Well, I'll tell you tomorrow. But I think I think I can go under 20 minutes. But just it's not. The signs are not good at the moment because all my easy runs have been terrible. Yeah. So Right. Okay. Shall I? You're done. Yeah. Right. See you in a bit.
Thank you. Bye.
Right. That was carnage. Well done. That was all your fault. It wasn't my fault at all. She definitely pressed the button. She definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh, she's back. She's back. Yeah, she had that.
Wait, did she just turn into Teve?
She just turned into Teve. Yeah. She just told me she'll see me next Tuesday. So right, there we go. Cannock Chase Parkrun tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Excellent.
So
Yeah,
cool.
You said Cannock's mainly on tarmac, because I know there is quite a lot of tarmac paths through Cannock Chase, but a lot of it is trails as well. So
Yeah.
how do you know how much is trail and how much is on the tarmac?
Well, while we're talking, I'm going to silently play the Queue on the Run Cannock Parkrun, because they did it.
Oh, okay.
And they did it last summer. I don't know if it was Tard or KQ that did it. I don't know. I can't remember who did it, but yeah, they've titled it, "Is this the most picturesque parkrun in the UK?" So they obviously liked it. As far as I can gather, it's actually a tarmac. I don't think it's a trail parkrun, believe it or not. It's in the middle of the woods.
Oh, wow.
So it looks really nice. So I'm just going to scrub through the run. Let's see how they did. Mile 2, 5:38. Who, I don't know who we're on the head of. Is that TQ or KQ? I think it's TQ. I think this might be one of his comebacks. But it looks quite tarmacy. It looks quite gravelly. Mile 3, 5:45. Yeah. So let's see. It looks good. It looks like a really good parkrun. Nice and scenic, which is a big plus for me doing a parkrun.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's okay. It's TQ.
So
yeah.
What shoes?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be my 5K PB shoes, which are my Adios Pro 4s. And that reminds me, what shoes do I wear for Iron Bridge Half, which is next week? Because again, it might be multi-terrain. There might be some gravelly paths to run, and I'm not in half marathon PB shape. So do I just forget that and just go in super shoes anyway, or do I ruin a good pair of shoes potentially? And shall I just wear my Evo SLs? I don't know.
That was so. That's next Sunday.
Yeah, week on Sunday.
Because I was going to ask you about a race which is on next Saturday.
What's that?
Well, I was going to see if you'd made the team.
Oh, well, we don't know. I still don't know. Haven't heard anything. All I know is that I'm in the mix.
Okay.
So we've been asked to keep it free, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. I'm sure I'll probably hear something this week.
Yeah. Our teams got announced today. We've got 2 12-man teams.
Really?
Yes.
What do you know? What leg you're running? What you're obviously you must be in the A team.
No, I'm in the B team.
Wow, God.
And I have been put on the final leg of the B team.
You're on the anchor.
Yes. So
wow.
I possibly will be in the mass start, because the way that they do it is they have a certain amount of time for each leg, and if you fall behind that time, when it gets to the time set for the final leg, they just set everyone off at the same time.
Oh, really?
So they have like a second mass start to make sure that the race is finished by a particular time.
Oh, I get you. So it doesn't, because I imagine there's volunteers that have been there for the whole day or the whole race, and the officials as well. Yeah.
So leg 12 a lot of the time is a mass start.
Right. That sounds like carnage.
So it all depends on whether our legs are within the time limit for each of the legs, and I get set off, or if it falls behind, I'll then be with all the other mass start people. But that might be quite good, because then you'll have people to run with rather than running on your own. because a lot of the time in the relays you're running on your own in the middle legs.
Did you volunteer for that, or did you get put on?
That's just where Luke's decided to put everybody.
That's like taking the 5th penalty in a penalty shootout, isn't
it? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it is for the B team. All of our mega fast guys have been put in the A team. So yeah, that should be interesting. Guess who's made it into the A team as well? Mr. PB himself recently.
Patrick?
No, come on.
Oh, Leggett Lee.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So I think he's on about leg 6 of the A team.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're gonna have a really strong outfit.
Yeah. The team looks the A team looks really, really good. I think we're going to have a great team out there.
You might be qualifying for nationals.
Yeah, hopefully they will. Yeah, they should have a good chance of getting in the top 20. I think go through to nationals. So yeah, fingers crossed they all run pretty well.
That sounds proper exciting. That sounds really good. Did you say each leg is 2 laps of the course or one?
No, it's 1 lap, but it's a short leg. Because normally the 12 stage is 6 short legs, 6 long legs, but they can't do the long legs at the moment. So it's just 12 short legs. And it's about 3.5 mile for the leg.
Yeah, so it's over 5K, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's just over 5K, yeah.
Yep. Exciting. Oh, that sounds really good.
Actually,
so, yeah,
I'll tell you exactly how long the leg is. Hang on, let me
I'm worried that we're going to have enough people that are interested in it. Like, I don't know, in our cross-country team, I don't even know if we have 12 people turn up for that. I don't know how we're going to get 24 people, to be honest. So maybe that's why we haven't heard anything, because they're trying to scramble together
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know. Because
it was when I did it. Oh, okay. It looks like when I did the 6 stage. Yeah, when I did the 6 stage, it was 3.62 miles. But I've got one here where I did a short leg on the 12 stage and it was 3.1. It was 5K. So I think it is 3.6 mile. So
how do you pace that? 5K pace and then just hang on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you pace it, yeah.
Yeah.
Go out hard and just hold on for dear life.
Right.
But I don't know how hard I will be going out because it all depends on how my knees feel next week.
Yeah, because you don't want to jeopardise.
So I'm quite glad I'm not in the A team, because then the pressure's on that you got to run really hard. Whereas,
yeah,
I could, if I need to, ease off a bit for it next week.
What about if you get injured halfway round? What about if you need to DNF your leg and you can't finish your leg?
That's a very good question.
Does the whole team get DQ'd?
I guess so.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be bad, wouldn't
it? Yeah, I never thought of that, but yeah, I guess so. Yeah, DNF.
Well, while we're on the subject of potential DNFs, I think we should extend a heartfelt.
Oh yes.
Arm round the shoulder of Mom, who had a bad day at the office at Cambridge. I think he suspected it might have been coming, because by the sounds of it, he said going into Cambridge half, he'd been feeling this bad hamstring. And I think he got 5 mile in and he just thought that.
Yeah. But he did go out at race pace, so fair play to him. He did try, but didn't quite
he's not Team Andy, is he? He's Team Brett all the way.
Yeah. I'm just going to have a look at his thingy. Yeah. So Cambridge half, he managed 5 miles exactly at 6:23 a mile pace. But Yeah. He went. He did 4 mile at around 6 minute mile pace, and then his 5th mile went down to 7:35. So
That's what he needed to run, wasn't it? 6 minutes to get his.
Yeah. So it looked.
He's that's fair play though, because like to run that sub 80, you need to run 6 minute miles, I guess, don't you?
6 minute miling will get you a 1:18.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that must have been that must. But I watched his video, I know you haven't, but he just looks so gutted. Just like a
I can
perfect
imagine.
combination of angry and upset. Like it must just be. I can't imagine what it's like to DNF a race from an injury.
Yeah,
it must be just rotten.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching the video, but at the same time, not looking forward to watching it at all.
Yeah, it's a race that he really enjoys doing and really liked as well, and knew that he could do well at as well. So it's so many layers of frustration, I guess.
Yeah.
So rest up, mate.
Yeah, 6 minute miling will get you a 1:18:38. So to go under 1:20, you need to run 6:04.
Right.
Or no, 6:05 a mile.
Yeah.
Which is 3:46 a K.
What do you think about the hot topic of him being denied a T-shirt and finishers medal, and quite brutally and bluntly told by a volunteer marshal, well, you didn't finish, so you don't deserve one?
I hate to say it, I sort of agree with the marshal.
Yeah.
They are finishers medals and finishers T-shirts. They're not just T-shirts and medals. They are finishers things.
Yeah. I shouldn't put the word finisher on it though, should they really? Because
no, the T-shirts probably not, and you should just get a T-shirt because you've paid for that in your entry.
Yeah,
medals, 100% you only get if you finish.
That's fair enough, isn't it? But yeah, like at a lot of expos and these days, you get the T-shirt at the expo before the race, which I think is good. It's like a participation.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, you should get a T-shirt because you paid for it, and they will have ordered the correct. Well, they should have ordered the correct amount of T-shirts for the amount of people that are running the race. So, what are they going to do with those spare T-shirts? They should give them. But did you see? Because this is also controversial. They ran out of medals.
I know. How do you do that? It's so bad.
And the problem, the worst part about that is the people that are affected are the people who it's probably their first half marathon, and they are some of the last finishers, and they've put in all of their effort. It's probably the first time they've ever experienced anything like that, and they don't get the reward at the end that they've worked hard for.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Really, it's really sad, that is, because everyone, if you cross that line, you're as deserving as the person that finished first.
Yeah.
You know, it's a distance thing, not a speed thing. But yeah, that's really bad from an organisation, because that happened to Laura actually. We did a race in France years ago, and she crossed the line doing a 10K, and they'd run out of 10K medals, and it was like, oh, okay, cheers. And eventually we got an email in French from them saying, your medal's ready to come and collect. We're like, okay, cheers. Yeah, exactly. So I'm stuck with this, by the way, my wooden medal.
Yeah. Can you not get the metal one sent through the post?
Well, actually, I've been in contact with someone on Instagram called Mandy, who went out to do the Lisbon half, which was last weekend. And Mandy very kindly and generously offered to pick me up her medal, to pick up a medal. And she even said she'd get it in the post for me. So I thought,
amazing.
If you don't mind doing it, then yeah, absolutely, that'd be amazing. So and she said she enjoyed the Lisbon half as well. So I wonder if she's doing the super halves maybe because she's travelled over there to do that. But yeah, so that was really kind of it. And what they're doing is that they're setting up. Sevilla's setting up at 7 or 8 expos across Spain and Portugal over the next year. And they've said that if you just come in, show us your passport and registration number, you can have your medal. She said she went down there. I'd sent her my passport and all this sort of stuff, and they said, "Yeah, here you go." Didn't even ask for any confirmation because they've probably got 15,000 medals, and they've probably only given a grand total of about 1,000 of them away, haven't they?
Yeah. Mad.
So they're going to have loads left over. So don't be surprised, Seville Marathon next year, if this design gets given to the first 13,000 finishers.
Yeah.
So they'll just scribble the 26 out and put 27.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, but going back to it, Mom, I hope you have a quick recovery and you are resting up. But that does put a bit of a spanner in the works for Manchester, doesn't it?
Well, I think he's all but conceded defeat on doing the Iron Bridge half, which I know is another one of his favourites. So I don't think I'll be seeing him there. And so I guess he's going to just have to weigh up whether it's, whether he can do it. So gutting situation to be in. Absolutely awful.
It's rubbish.
Yeah.
That really is rubbish. Yeah. Well, quick recovery, Mom. And all the best.
Yeah. Yep. So right, shall we move on to something else? Oh, one quick thing I was going to mention. You know someone that's running the Liverpool half, don't you, this weekend?
Yes. Will Noyce from BNR is running Liverpool half. Yes. So
I saw Will at Parkrun a week or two ago, and he said, I don't know if he struggles with a recurring injury or.
Well, he's coming back from an injury which he's had for a while. Basically, he got injured because he's been training towards doing like a triathlon. So he's been doing a lot of swimming and cycling as well as the running. Yeah. And one Sunday, him, Rich, and Lisa all decided to do a swim and then go for a really long bike ride. And then go for a long run afterwards, and his body just went and he's been injured ever since. So he's slowly coming back to full fitness, but he's still nowhere near at the moment.
Well, he said to me at Parkrun the other week, and he was the mystery shouter at me as well when we did the Bumble Bimble. I was getting like abused through the bushes when I was tying up my laces.
Did I tell you that he was the last man? So he was the tail walker.
Tail walker, yeah, that's it.
And he was out there for ages. So long.
Well, it was a 5-mile race, as I remember, and it was slow going if you were up the front. So it could have been a 2-hour finish.
Yeah, I think it was.
For people at the back, and that would have been, it's one of them where you'd much prefer to run that hard than walk it, because the amount of mud, that would have been an awful experience towards the back, I think. So anything to get a free entry to next year's event though.
Yes, I think he got a free bacon sandwich as well though, so he was happy.
Oh, did you hear that the summer Bumble Bimble is off?
Oh, what, really?
Yeah, so it's Dave and I can't remember her name from Orbit Events.
Yeah,
Lindsay it is. They I don't know why, but there's no summer Bumble Bimble, which I think was a longer one. It might have been a 10-miler, but they've decided to do another one, and it's called something to do with the Timber Trails. It's called.
Oh, okay.
So they've just I don't know, completely changed the course, and it's got a new name and stuff. So they are putting on a summer event, but it's just got a different name. That's it. The pub has closed down. The Park Gate, it's on the Kiddie Road, just coming out of Bromsgrove by the Holiday Inn.
Mm-hmm.
The pub is closed down, so they've got no HQ. They've got no venue, and they said it's without that venue, it's just impossible to do.
Yeah.
So
that's annoying.
yeah. So it must be such. I can't imagine how stressful it must be being an events organizer. I can't imagine all those things you have to, collaborate. All those things you have to kind of do. Everything from chip timing to toilets to food and drink afterwards to medals. It must be so stressful. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a shame, but if it means that there is a different event happening, then that's good.
Yeah. But coming back to Will, I remember seeing Will at Parkrun, and I remember him saying to me that he was in a bit of trouble with his. I can't remember what did you say his injury was with his calf?
I think it was his knee.
His knee, right? He said he's in a position where anywhere between standing still and like running hard is just like a no-go zone. He said he can only run hard or nothing at all. That's the only way he doesn't get any pain. So hopefully he's in a better position for the half marathon. It was Will, wasn't it, that ran with ended up running barefoot in a race, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
the sole of his Vaporfly fell off or something.
Well, at Birmingham Half, he bought a brand new pair of Vaporfly 2s to race Birmingham Half, and he basically, his foot started bleeding in them, so bled all over the shoes.
Yeah,
he managed to get a full refund, even though he bled all over the shoes. But basically, the whole of the sole of his foot turned into one big blister and just fell off. So all of the skin off the bottom of his foot became unattached from his foot.
Oh my God. But if you meet Will, he's like the happiest go lucky guy, isn't he? He's the nicest guy. And he's a good old runner as well. And he's such a good egg. He's such a nice guy. So I hope he does well, because I was the Liverpool half marathon came up on social media for me the other day, and I didn't actually know anything about it. And it turns out there's 15,000 people expected to do it. It's a big
Is
big
it the
race.
rock and roll one? Is it
no, that stopped.
No. Oh, was that finished? That's it.
That was a marathon and a half. But this one's got a new route, and this one starts at the new Everton Stadium, which is out on the docks, I think. And it's not a point to point, but I think it finishes a bit closer to the city centre. I think. Don't quote me on that, but it does sound like a good race, and it goes through Sefton Park, which is where I think Liverpool Cross is.
Yeah.
Cross country nationals, or the infamous Liverpool cross country is. And I'm sure it takes in a lot of the city landmarks and stuff. And
nice.
But yeah, that sounds like a good race to try one year.
Yeah, so best of luck, Will. Have a good race. Talking of finishing in the city, have you seen how the Birmingham half has changed?
I only know this because of Andy Goldsby on Marmcast last week said, no, I don't know where or what the new finish is.
So it finishes in the city now, rather than finishing in the middle of a building site.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah.
But that probably means running uphill into town, though, doesn't it?
I'm just going to have a look just to see if I can find the route. Also, another one that I was tempted by is, have you seen in August when we've got is it the Europeans that are in Birmingham?
Yeah.
Champs. There's a 5K through the city centre.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
And it's on the evening of the marathon. So they'll do the marathon through the city in the day, and in the evening there's a 1K kids race and a 5K adults race.
Let's go and do it. Let's do that.
So I am tempted to sign
That'll
up.
be around about August, I would have thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So it's August. Yeah.
Right. Oh, there you go. I've got. Oh, okay. So the finish location is Jennings Road, Aston University. Jennings Road is,
Oh,
I think, by
so
Millennium Point.
Yeah, so it's gone back to there as the finish rather than. Okay, but
'Cause
that
that's-
so it runs around the bull ring again. So you've got to go up that
no,
slope up by the bull ring to finish.
past Moore Street, and then
Yeah,
you hang a right at the top.
yeah, that's
Oh,
where it
that's going to
used
be
to finish,
nasty.
isn't it?
That's the
Yes,
way we're going to go, isn't it? Through Digbeth and
yeah.
I wonder which bit they're going to. I wonder which bit they'll cut out. They might have to cut out that triangle bit up by Bourneville, by the chocolate factory, because you pointlessly do a triangle up by.
Yeah. Well, you don't pointlessly. That's to be able to turn around and get back onto Pershaw Road. But that does go up that hill, doesn't it? And then go around the park and then come back down the hill. It's better than it used to be. You used to have to get down to the bottom of Pershaw Road, go up the hill, down the hill, across, up the hill, down the hill, across, up the hill, down the hill, back onto Pershaw Road. It was well bizarre. It used to be, but now it's
a shame, isn't it, that the Birmingham half has never had like a pronounced route that will never change. It seems to be changing constantly, doesn't it? It seems like it's never gone 2 or 3 years without having to need to change. The start location, Centenary Square. So that's huge. That's the usual one, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Centenary.
So the start is exactly the same as it was. So you
outside
start
the Hyatt by the big
Broad
wheel.
Street. Yeah. By the tram stop, and then you go up round the Jewellery Quarter. So that's all a little bit undulating that first 5K. And then you come out and around by the mailbox, so the same as before, and get onto Pershaw Road. So you go out onto Pershaw Road. Oh, okay. So it looks like now. Is that? Oh, that's the 10K.
Because the first 5K of the half marathon for the last 2 or 3 years is really quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I was looking at the 10K route. Sorry. Yeah. So you get onto Pershaw Road, you go down, and you do. Yeah, still exactly the same route around the Selly Park. Then you get back down onto Pershaw Road, go around Cannon Hill Park, the same, and around Edgbaston Cricket Ground, run back down Pershaw Road. But instead of running round the back streets of Smithfield to finish in Smithfield, that was like that. It was where they had
wasteland.
The beach. Yeah, it's like a wasteland now, but it's where they had the beach volleyball for the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, they must be building on developing that site. Maybe that's why. Yeah, it must be turned into a block of flats.
So instead of running around all those streets, you carry on up to Upper Dean Street, which is where Selfridges is in the Bull Ring, and then you run up round that hill. I will say this is a hill. Up round Moore Street and then down Queensway to finish on Jennings Road.
That is a grueler. Up past,
so you finish in Aston University, and that's the finish event village.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Because it start, I was going to ask you about Broad Street. I don't know if we've had this chat every time Birmingham comes around. Did you go to Broad Street when you were, coming of age?
I went a few times, and obviously I went to uni in Birmingham, so I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went to UCE, which is now BCU.
Right.
So I was at Margaret Street, which is like smack bang centre of the city centre. So do you know where the Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery is? It's on the next road to that, on the corner was where my university was. So it was right in the centre. And we did go to Broad Street a few times, but we tended not to go there because that wasn't really our scene. We ended up going to Snobs most of the time.
I was going to say, you must have been more of a Snobs kind of guy.
Yeah.
Snobs was, I don't think I was cool enough for Snobs. I was a bit of a chav when I was 17, 18. And we'd go, whenever we go uptown, we'd go to Bar Risa.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we did go there a few times, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Alco Pop heaven.
Yeah.
We'd go. What was it? What's that? There's a place opposite. You know, with the memorial to
Yes. Yeah.
the
So
Aussies.
did you go to Flares?
Well, yeah, but it would have been Flares, yeah, back then, yeah. But I had to be a little bit. It's called Pop World now, isn't it? Oh, it's probably changed
Oh,
again.
yes. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I think it's the world.
Oh, but yeah, Flares was always but it did. There was an 80s one in between that. I think it was called Reflex.
Yes. Yeah.
Was there a walkabout on Broad Street, as I remember?
There is. I think there is a walkabout. There's an O'Neill's as well.
Yeah. O'Neill's was a one I used to go to as well.
What was the vodka bar that was up nearer the top end by the cinema?
Revolution.
The Air Revolution vodka bar.
Yeah. And then we'd always go. The Holy Grail would be going to what is now. Was it Gatecrasher? I think it was a Gatecrasher.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was called something else. Was it called something else? It was. I would never go to Gatecrasher. It was something else. But that's what the building turned into. Was it called something like Time? They're normally
possibly.
called. I think was it called Time or something? But that's where we'd end up. Yeah, up the top end of Broad Street by 5 ways, and opposite the Novotel. And some of. I remember once I was trying to get in to Gatecrasher, and the bouncer said, "Mate, you ain't coming in. You're too drunk. You're too drunk." And I was like, "Oh, okay. All my mates have just got in, and I'm not. Brilliant. What we're going to do now? I'm in the middle of Birmingham. It's 10:30 at night. What am I going to do? And I'm 17, and that's the reason I can't get in is because I'm too drunk." So I went and joined the back of the queue again. And he's like, "Mate, I've just watched you go and join the back of the queue. You're too drunk." He's like, "Look, go and get a coffee. Come back in half an hour." Literally, I just stood around for a while. I was too young to even know what a coffee was. I'd never drunk coffee until I was 30. And I just joined the queue miraculously. The same guy, I think he just got fed up of saying no to me. He said, "Go on then. Just let me in." And but yeah, the bouncers back in the day were in the glory days were a little bit shifty, weren't they? But yeah,
how different is like was it back then on Broad Street and stuff? Like to get into any of those places, you had to be wearing a shirt and shoes.
Yeah, 100%. You got to have your loafers on.
Yeah. And I hated that. I'm not a shirt and shoes wearer, as you probably know. But
yeah.
I hated that whole thing because I just felt uncomfortable all night wearing clothes I would never ever wear or go out in. And
you just feel when you think back, I must have looked like such an in-betweener. I must have looked like such a Simon. I think I was a Simon. Somewhere in between Simon and Will. When I think about it, yeah, that's probably who I was. But I had some good nights in Birmingham. But when you think about it, some of the stuff we used to get up to, it'd be like getting in a taxi, very questionable whether it even was a taxi. You just don't even care. Sometimes, you know what it's like, you lose all your mates and you think, I'm going to have to get a taxi back to Bromsgrove on my own for 40 quid. And
the food you used to eat after getting kicked out at the end of the night was ridiculous.
Yeah. Straight down the kebab shop. It's like, is this even food?
Like when we came out of Snobs, there was a like a kebab chip shop right next to Snobs that everybody went into, and you would never eat it in there if you weren't drunk.
Now, have you ever had it was a bit before my time, and even if it were not before my time, I still don't think I would have been mature enough to appreciate it. But did you ever go to Ronnie Scott's?
No, I never actually went in there. I don't think. Because I think
that was a jazz bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a jazz club. Yeah.
And I tell you where else is good, but I think this is in St Paul's Square, up by the BT Tower.
Legs 11?
No, that's down by That's down by her street, isn't it?
Yeah, that was in Chinatown. Yeah,
Chinatown. Yeah. Is the Jam House?
Rhino? Oh no, that was up on the Bristol Road. Yeah.
The Jam House.
Yeah, the Jam House was great. I went to see your sister perform at the Jam House one year.
Really? Yeah, she did do quite a bit up there, to be fair. And it's quite a decent venue, isn't it, to perform at, I imagine, for a musician. Yeah. It's always got a ready crowd in there, and you've got a good group of people there who are there for the music and the good times, aren't they? So that was a good old place, the Jam House. Is it still going, the Jam House?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Because we run past that about, I don't know, a mile or two in, don't we?
Yeah.
Quite around St Paul's Square. And there's a few bars. Is it the Actress in Bishop, or am I thinking of someone else? Or is it the Punch and Judy? You heard of that place, the Punch and Judy? I think that's around there as well.
Heard of it, yeah.
I think that's. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been drinking in Birmingham. So, but anyway, Birmingham. I still haven't booked onto it. I want to.
No. I think I would like to think that a week after London I'll be up for running again. So I think I will hopefully sign up for it as well. And just to show you, Sunday the 16th of August is the Unity Challenge, that 5K.
Ooh, that sounds good. London Marathon events as well.
Yeah, it's organised by London Marathon Events, and that's the one that goes through Birmingham.
And it's an evening start, did you say?
Well, it says it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to run through the traffic-free city centre on a course that will be used by Europe's elite marathon runners earlier that day.
Oh, okay. So it could just be a few hours after. It could be.
Well, it might be afternoon. Yeah.
Because the marathon usually starts at 8-9 o'clock, doesn't it, for the elites?
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a little bit later. But you could do that, couldn't you? At Paris, run the Olympic marathon after. Yeah. After the Olympic, that would have been some serious marathon. You see, remember that hill at 3/4 of the way in? It was like some serious hills. Yeah. But that would have been fun.
Yeah. Shall we quickly go through some comments and emails?
Yes, let's.
One thing I did want to just touch on, though, before we move on to that is I was watching your latest video on YouTube, which was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Your trip to Seville rather than
the weekend trip.
Your video of the trip. And halfway through it, it was like you'd it was like you'd been a would they be called a contestant or something on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and you turned into Pablo Escobar. You had a denim jacket on, a shirt, and then these wireframe glasses with tinted lenses. It fantastic. I was like, what? Where's Andy gone?
The night before that, we were walking through the shops, and Laura found this jewelry shop because she's like a magpie. She loves jewelry shops. And we went in, and there were, surprise, they had a deal. And it was, if you buy 3 things, you get a 4th thing free or something like that. So she's like, I don't know anything that you want. And I saw these glasses and I was like, oh yeah, they're only sort of €10 or €15 or something like that. I was thinking, yeah, go on. It saves me wearing my blooming fake my Folkleys. So I was like, yeah, go on. I'll have them. And yeah, I probably did look like a Colombian drug lord because I was like gold rims.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Tinted rectangular lenses. Yeah, I did. I quite enjoyed wearing them actually. So I was like, please don't see anybody I know. Please don't see anybody I know. Please don't.
And then I'll just broadcast it across the internet.
Yeah, and then I'll put it on YouTube.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Anyway, let's go on to some comments. Where are we? So,
I've got a brilliant email to read, by the way.
Yeah.
Two really good emails, actually.
We went through those. So, what did we? Oh, yes, we read that one. Coming to completion in Seville. Brilliant. So, first one is from Rob Scott. And he says, This is why I love this podcast. Where else can you get 20 minutes of thoughtful introspection about what running truly says about a runner, straight into giggling about 0891 50 50 50. Brett is right about finding your why, and there's a good chance it needs to be capable of enduring when you either can't run due to injury or have other things going on. My why is twofold. I love the satisfaction of a job well done when everything comes together. And the other side is that I'd have to moderate my food intake if I ever stopped. Eat to run, run to eat. And Rob, you are a man after my own heart, and I'm pretty sure Andy feels exactly the same. Yeah,
that's the one.
I think I would be twice the size I am if I wasn't a runner.
Sorry, I just had to find that.
Hang on, I have just had. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, have you got me?
Yeah, my AirPods have just died, so I'll leave them to charge for a minute. Brilliant, love it. Were you just searching for that and finding it?
Yeah,
was really brilliant.
Yeah,
love it. Next
Chat
one,
back UK.
Next one is from Matt Dunn, and it says, "Looking forward to challenge Andy, or maybe even you, Brett." Yeah, I am looking forward to challenge Andy. Have you thought any more about that yet?
No. Yes and no. I will put something together. What I'm thinking of doing is doing it a bit like a TV show. So filming it and then holding it back and then maybe putting them out one after the next every 3 days or something like that. So there's like 6 to watch or something like that. So if you hear that I've done it and I don't put it out for a while, that's why.
Oh, wait, no, it's because Netflix have bought the
because
right.
Netflix, exactly. Yeah. Challenge Andy.
Right. Next one is from Hedge Donkey, and they say, "Enjoy listening to Andy's most boring midlife crisis woodwork." Better than leather trousers and a sports car any day.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Next one is from David Adkins, and he says, "Great pod. Missed the opportunity here to keep the 90s themes going, with the 101st episode being a running 101 segment with you guys putting the worst running trends into room 101. Oh man, what a great idea.
Yeah.
As if we missed that, but never mind.
No, we should have.
Seriously though, well done on bringing the century up. I found this pod after the Telford 10K in 2024 and haven't missed an episode since. Awesome. Cheers, David. It was great to chat to Andy at last year's Telford 10K whilst I was out and about on my long run. Look forward to cheering Andy on at Ironbridge as one of the Telford Harriers marshalling on the day. You need to come and do it next year, Brett. Well, yeah, I would like to do it. That is one I would like to do, but yeah, not this year. But yeah, you will see Andy there. So yeah, listen out for Dave cheering.
Nice one, Dave.
Next one is from Run Like a T-Rex, our friend Dave.
He's probably on episode 7.
Yeah, he's on episode 97.
Oh, he's making progress.
I know he's getting there. And he says, "See you both at the Two Castles." Awesome. Glad that you got in, Dave. Lost World Jurassic Park is where InGen tried to take the dinosaurs off the island and put them in a glorified zoo in San Diego. T-Rex then runs riot with Jeff Goldblum trying to catch them in a red sports car.
Yes.
Yeah. And the last one is from last episode, and it's from our resident walker. This guy runs.
Yeah.
Alex. And he says, the slander I get for elevation. Great episode, chaps. I did laugh at the running is the best because you've got everything you need. It's just you and your body. Try telling that to my bank account after buying a new pair of shoes for every month in the past year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah. It's it is the best sport because you do just need you in your body. But when you do go down that road of shoes, you do lose yourself, don't you?
It's not just that. It's expensive hobby, really. Yeah.
Definitely. Right. Do you want to go on to some emails?
Yeah, so we've just got 2 to read tonight, and this is first one is from Nathan Cleary. He's put, "Hi gents, big congrats on exceeding 100 episodes. Brett, I'm excited for your massive race comeback at London, and well done to Andy on his big marathon PB in Seville, which, if you judge by his vlog, is a gorgeous Italian city. Prego."
Yeah, everything pronounced in Italian. I don't know why.
Ribera Triana. It's so it's just so easy to do.
And I swear, right, whilst I was watching that vlog, I swear there was one point where you were about to talk about the weather, and you went, and I thought you were going to go, Scotcha.
That would have been, bit of cultural appropriation if I'd have done it. But it's so easy to just slip into that Italiano accent, isn't it? Right. Anyway, I'm finally back at a point in my running journey where I'm very happy with all the gains I've achieved. After basically stopping running during the pandemic and feeling like I had to relearn how to run, the past 6 months have seen me smash my 5K PB down from 2018 by almost 2 minutes, knock 4 minutes off my 10K, and having my long, easy runs equal my first half marathon pace. My mindset has switched from my just complete this race to I can push and I can do well. With pushing in mind, I raced the Chippenham Spring 10 miler on Sunday, 8th of March, a fantastic local race with over 700 runners and basically flat. The race is worth it just to experience the infamous Marshall, Shouty Dave, cheering on all the... He's in Ironbridge next week, isn't he? Cheering on all the runners. I had a goal time of 80 minutes, but decided to try and stick to the 75-minute pacer for as long as I could. Given the usual watch GPS inaccuracies at the start of the races, it seemed like we set off at a pretty steady pace, but as the pack thinned and GPS kicked in, I found myself struggling as the pacer was running sub 420s or 6:58 a mile for those heathens. The pacer and his pack slowly crept away from me, and I ended up in a lonely no man's land, but I was still holding 440 pace. I crossed the line at 1:15:58, setting a new 10K, 15K and 10-mile PB. Well happy, but after checking the results, saw that the pacer finished almost 2.5 minutes ahead of me, coming in at 1:13:30. So, was this guy a bad pacer? Or maybe the pack he was running with was naturally pushing the pace? Any thoughts on a pacer's job? Is it to stick to the goal time? Brackets, I think they should. Or should I just bin off pacers and try and stick to my watch /time/feel a bit more? Thanks as always, lads, and cheers to another 100 episodes. Nath from Bristol.
Awesome. Cheers, Nath.
Nice one.
So they were 80-minute pacer and they came in at 73.
No, I think they were 75.
Oh, 75. And they came in at 73.
That's it. He wanted a goal time of 80, so he smashed that, but he decided to try and stick to the 75.
So it's 75-minute pacer and they came in at 73, 2 minutes fast.
1:13:30.
Bad pacer. I don't care whether people around him are running faster and pushing the pace on. He's a pacer. He's supposed to run that pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great, is it? Because you probably get the feeling that he was probably stood for 30 seconds saying, "Come on, get past me."
Yeah. And how many people must he have blown up by running too fast?
Yeah, absolutely ruined so many people's Sundays.
Yeah, because they were with him rather than running the actual pace they should have been.
I know it's a funny one with pacers, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm anti-pacers because I know what a difficult job they've got, but when I'm running a goal time that's quite a sought after time, I try and avoid them because for many reasons. Yes, pack running is proven to be good and energy efficient, but they're stressful. They're you don't, being around that many people. Like imagine the sub 3 hour pace at Manchester.
That's what I was going to say. The sub 3 pacer at Manchester was mental. I had to try and get round them because they started before me somehow. I'm not sure when I ran Manchester last. And I got to them and it filled the road and it was about 10 people deep. It was mental how many people were running around that pacer. And I wouldn't want to be running in that group. So I had to put a bit of a spurt on to get past them, around them. But trying to find a space to get through them was crazy.
Yeah. I think it's always good to have eyes on a group or have them in your rearview mirror, but know they're there if you want to run at that pace, if you like. But I don't know, chasing them would be my preference, and then overtaking them, when you think the time is right. And you've also got, if you're going to do that, you've also got to cross the line at the start at the same time as the pacer. So you've got to know that you've got the same time, start time as you cross the start line, same chip time. Because if they've started across the line 5 minutes before you and you catch up to them, of course your watch is going to tell you that you're running way faster. So you don't know. You need to have cross-checked when he or she has actually passed the starting mat, because there is that to consider as well. If you've caught up to a pacer, then you've obviously run faster than the pacer is pacing.
Yeah.
So there is that to consider. But yeah, I like to avoid them, and obviously we don't want to tell you what to do, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of running in pacer groups, really. Not the biggest fan.
No, I think pacers are good, and they are a good thing to have because they help a lot of people. But personally, I don't know. I suppose it depends whether they're a personal pacer as well. Like a pacer for you on your own, or a couple of people that you're with. So it's somebody that that is pacing you and helping you along. Brilliant. Yeah. But the general pacers within races can be fantastic, but you've also putting your trust in somebody that you don't know, and you don't know whether they're going to do the same as that guy and run way too fast or way too slow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one, but sometimes running as a pack. One thing I would say is if you're training, let's say for a sub 4 marathon, and you have been training at and no faster than sub 4 pace, it's a recipe for disaster to go out with a sub 4 pacer, I would say, because you can bet your life that the pace when you check your watch will be a lot hotter than what you've been training at. It has to be, because you're going to be running, not further, because that's the wrong way to look at it, but you're going to come out. You're going to come in with 26.4 mile on it. You're going to come in with the pacer has to take that into account. And there are all sorts of apps as well where you can sync. I think Alex Bowden told me there's something for Garmin called something like Pete's Pacer or something like that.
Yeah,
it's called
yeah. And it'll tell you on your watch whether you're too fast or too slow for the pace that you want to be running
in that actual race, because it knows where the kilometre and mile markers are. So incorrectly as well. So, yeah, there is all that to consider, and I just can't imagine, for example, going for a sub 4 or a sub 3. Running in those pacer groups for 3 and 4 hours. Just the amount of the lack of for me, I'd feel claustrophobic. It's not like running in a pack when you watch the elites running the London Marathon and they're at the front and there's a pack of 20 of them all running. It's not like that, because you're all 6 millimeters away from each other. There is such a risk of clipping someone's heel in front of you, or you're clipping someone else's, or all sorts of spatial problems there. And you could just be next to someone who does your head in for the entire length of the race, and you think, well, do I want to put myself through that?
Yeah.
Little things like that. The pacer might have some jukebox on him that you think, I can't stand this music, or there's so many reasons why I would avoid a pacer. The pace you need to run at, just run a bit faster than that in the race. Job's a good one. Yeah. Get ahead of the pacer, I would, at some point. There's another one. Yeah, we have. Now this one is from someone that a lot of people will know who this is. This is from Sam B, aka Sam Bacon, aka Light It Up. Sam's got a really good YouTube channel. He's taken on the London and Brighton Marathon this spring.
Yeah.
And and
he's also a Norwegian single in your area.
He's also a Norwegian single in your area. Although I don't think he's been doing much being single and ready to mingle with the Norwegians in the last few weeks for one reason or another. But I think he does like that approach. But anyway, quite a good email coming up. So let's go. First few lines will kill you straight away. All right, lads. Poos news. Did a half this morning, left at 5:50. And at 10K, the dreaded shooty arse began, just as you were talking about Miss Ferrari. Survived it whilst doing a marathon pace effort, but at 20K, it was impossible. And so whilst listening to the pod, I did a poo under a bridge. Leaves and grass sorted me right out. And after it was an 8 out of 10 poo overall. The only thing that let it down was the fact that someone could easily have spotted me, but it was so early that no one was about. It was a clean go. Good tidy up, and managed to get back on marathon pace straight away. Now we're on to shoes news. Metaspeed Ray is seriously underrated, particularly for runners slower than 2:30, which is most of us. It's incredible. Well worth a look at over the Tokyo. I've had my fair share of injuries over the last 2 years, and I'm finally now finding my way with training and managing the mental side of not overdoing it when things get good. And so that's why I think Norwegian singles in your area, 0891 50 50 50 is perfect for my personality type. Keeps me in check well, and once the gains start to come, it satisfies my lizard brain enough to not then search for more. Each to their own, though, as it won't work for everybody. Challenge Andy sounds like a great idea. You need to start with a handicap race versus Brett over 5K. Oh, and also you mentioned Cardiff Half briefly last week. I'm doing it this year. What's it like? I entered on a whim and actually got in on the ballot. Just quickly, Cardiff Half, really good race. Very, very busy. So make sure you get there early. And great conditions usually. It's an October race, as I remember. And it's a fast race as well. A lot of people there are there to run fast. There's only 2 hills in it, as I remember. One at 5K, which is a bit of a monster. And then there's the one that everybody talks about at 12 miles, which is only 200 meters long. And then you get up that, and then you've got a nice straight downhill to the finish and a good left-hand turn into the finish straight, and you'll smash it. Good luck. And so all in all, a good race. I did enjoy Cardiff. And also, Czech race is called The Drop. You get blindfolded and taken on a bus 10 or 15 miles away. No watch or GPS or phone. They get chucked in a Ziploc bag for emergencies. And then it's a race back. Can do it in teams or solo. Would make a good running the red line video feature. I'll take you on with a teammate. Can't wait for Parkrun of the Red Line. Keep up the great work and see you out there. Big love, Sam. Brackets, shite it up. What a lad.
Amazing.
Nice one, Sam.
We have actually spoken about that in the past, haven't we? Doing a challenge where we just get dumped somewhere and got to try and race back.
Yeah,
So that could work quite well if there's actual official races set up like that. That could be really something good to have a look at in this summer. Yeah,
that could be something we could do. So yeah, good, yeah. But
nice
great to hear about the poos news. That was stellar.
Yeah. No person saw you, just the bridge goblin.
If walls, what is it? If walls could talk, if bridges could talk. So 8 out of 10 poo as well. He gave it. So that's quite promising.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a goblin on a bridges. It's a troll.
Oh yeah.
When Billy Groat's Gruff is trying to go across the bridge, it's a troll. Yeah. The bridge troll was watching you from his hideout.
I like that it was a danger poo as well, in clean sight of any potential dog walker or, I don't know, fellow jogger. So good story.
Serves you right for getting up and running at 5:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think Sam's a teacher, so I think that's like his only option, really.
Yeah.
And I think he starting your day. KQ's the same. I think KQ's a teacher, and that like getting your run done that early. Fair play. I don't think I'm cut out for that.
I do it in the evening after I finished instead. On my days when I'm teaching, I ain't getting up early to run. Now I'll do it in the evening.
Yeah. Well, because I'm self-employed as well, I can pretty much look at my diary and run around that. So that's quite fortunate for me. But sometimes, like this week, I've been rammed, so it's really difficult to fit a run in unless I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So which I don't want to do. So I just don't run. But Metaspeed Ray, just quickly, heard about the Metaspeed Ray?
Yes, I've heard they're very good. I did hear that they were more aimed towards the elite and sub-elite type of runner, but other people like Aubrey said they were fantastic, didn't he? So they
do. Apparently,
could be worth a look.
It sounds like they're half the price of the Adidas Pro Evos, doesn't it? And even lighter, apparently. Yeah. I wonder what their resilience is like. I wonder how many times you can use them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. But did you see there's an Adidas Pro Evo 3 out now?
Oh, God, is there?
Yeah.
How are they going to...
What was the marathon that happened recently?
Tokyo.
They had them on show at Tokyo, and the elite Adidas runners were wearing them.
Really? Yeah. They're so good. They only last half a marathon. You have to change them halfway.
Yeah. Apparently they're even lighter.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah. But talking to teaching as well. We've had a joyous week at college this week. We had the joys of Ofsted. The lovely visit that everyone in teaching looks forward to, and it's not stressful and annoying in any way. But it's done now. So the whole wondering when the call was going to come, because they call up and then it's battle stations to get ready. But now it's all over now, so we can relax. So we'll find out our results in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see whether we've done all right or not. But
the level of stress must be high throughout the whole establishment. Yeah.
And they decided on the last day they were in as well that they wanted to come and deep dive into the art department in Bromsgrove. So that was fun. And me and one of the other teachers went in to support the people who were teaching on a Thursday, because we're not normally in on a Thursday, but we were like, yeah, we're going to go in and help support the team, whether that's just through like support and encouragement or whether we can actually do anything. So yeah, it was a proper team effort. So hopefully we've done all right. It'll be all good.
Good.
Right. So have we got anything else on your list of things to talk about?
I think we're good to go.
Yeah, excellent. Right. So final thing that we need to do is the Strava segment.
Very good.
And on our Strava leaderboard for last week, I am very happy to see this name at the top of the leaderboard, because last time I spoke to him, he was injured and he wasn't running great. And I think he is also running London this year. And it is Nathan Hampson. And
Good lad.
Has managed to run 84.7 mile, which is awesome. And very close behind, very, very close behind, with 0.2 of a mile less.
300 meters. Yeah.
Billy the Fish, William Fish, with 84.5 mile. And in third is friend of the podcast, Mac Ashworth, with 81.3 miles. So awesome work. Great work from you three.
There is 5.5 kilometers separating the top three.
There is 3.4 miles separating the top three.
And there's and between Nathan and William, that's 300 meters. That's crazy. Well done. Yeah. That's a very competitive.
Awesome work, you three. Then for our climbing, in first place is Josh Hurtado with 8,806 foot. Second place, I'm chuckling to myself. I'm not going to do it this week. In second place is Alex Bowden with 6,929 foot. And in third place is Dean Ikuden with 5,932 foot. So awesome work from you three. And then for our ladies on our distance leaderboard, we have a new person in first place, someone who hasn't come first yet, is Dawn Broom with 60.3 miles. So awesome work, Dawn. Second place is Chloe Hamard with 58.2 miles. And third is Rachel Watson with 56.9 miles. And then for our climbing, in first place is Stephanie Parker with 2,270 foot. Second place is Jackie Wilson with 2,244 foot. And third is Victoria Lee with 2,031 foot. So brilliant. Amazing work from everyone.
Has Dawn got a spring marathon in? At Manchester?
I think she is training for a marathon, but I don't know which one. I'm not entirely sure.
So no, John's all but given up on marathons, isn't he?
Yeah, he wants to aim half and below. Yeah. So
obviously he says, like, his body doesn't really allow him to run the times that he would like to and has done in the past. But I think one of the main reasons is he says he just cannot focus and stay not bored on his long runs. He says long runs are just so boring that he can't physically handle them. I don't mind a good old long run because I never listen to music or anything. I can quite happily just drift away with the fairies for 2.5 hours. But obviously,
the only runs I wear headphones in now is my recovery run on a Monday. Other than that, don't bother. I like listening to what's going on around, and yeah.
I listen to like podcasts and stuff in the car because I travel around in the car quite a bit from job to job. So that's how I listen to like podcasts and stuff. But that we're not advocating not listening to headphones because then no one will listen to our podcast. So please continue.
Make sure you are listening to a podcast, Running the Red Line, whilst you are running. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, imagine if someone was doing a poo under a bridge, listening to this podcast.
Well, Sam did.
But that's what I mean. But imagine someone doing a poo under a bridge, listening to this podcast, and someone had written in talking about how they did a poo under the bridge. That'd be absolutely brilliant. If that's happened, please. Maybe Sam's gone for the double. Let us know if you have to. I just love it if he got caught on someone's Ring doorbell or something. That's just absolutely. Have you seen this runner? Do you know this runner in the Brighton area?
Yeah.
Shite it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
I was going to make a joke about the Ring doorbell then, but I don't think I will. Anyway, on that, we should probably end it there. So thank you so much for watching or listening, and we shall see you next week. Enjoy Cannock. Yeah, enjoy Cannock in the morning.
Thank you.
And, we'll hear how it went next week. So thanks very much, guys. See you next week. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.